The leaderboard has not been updated, and we are so swamped grading these leads that it is going to take a little while. So thank you guys for your patience. Not one person has messaged me asking where the leaderboard results. So I appreciate that. Thank you so much. If I were competing, I'd be annoying myself asking where are the leads. But we promise it will come soon, but we have to go through them. We got over, I think, let me check right now. It does end in 27 minutes. I would say hurry up and get your leads in, but I'm going to be honest. I don't see another lead the rest of my life right now. I think I might be happy. But you guys have 27 more minutes to submit your leads. I think we're going to end up close to 1,000 total. No, maybe not 1,000. We're at 762 right now, which is so many. So many leads. And going through them was crazy. But it's been a really good learning process. And I think that we've kind of gotten a lot of good ideas for how we're going to run it next time. But tonight's show is going to be super fun, especially for the people that are just here for the education, because we're going to actually be getting into Christopher's screen again. Well, we didn't get to do it last night. We did it on my screen a little bit, but Chris is going to go through and show some of the breakdowns of some of the better leads that we got. Let me see here. I think literally every person that shared a lead said that we could share it, which is so cool. Yeah. And so we'll be giving away a couple more $50 prizes to the people whose leads we choose. Already had a couple from last night. We did 2 last night. But Chris, what do you say we just kick it off and get into it and just kind of just jump into your computer? But yeah, if you're just getting in, guys, the lead, we're not going to have a winner announced tonight. We will have it soon, and everybody will get an email when we have that done. But we are so swamped. We did not expect so many leads. So we're pumped. Obviously, Tactical Arbitrage is doing its job. And super special thanks to Nicole for going through those. Nicole and Chris have been really doing most of those, and that is really awesome. She's great. If you guys ever need someone to review your leads, if you ever do a Tactical Arbitrage sourcing contest and you need someone to check the leads, Nicole Barton, she's the one.
Yeah.
All right. Absolutely. And kudos to the TA server. We put it through some work over the last 24 hours.
Absolutely.
The thing's got legs, though. Squats. It's ready to work.
Right. And Ben, this was a cumulative thing. And so we don't have the winner tonight. We've got some ideas who are probably going to be in the top 3, just because there's been a lot of consistency among a couple of the competitors. But we're not going to have it figured out probably until the weekend's over, just because there are so many to go through.
And if you guys are competitors, if you were a competitor and you're wondering about the leads, I'd say maybe 40% are getting approved. We are very critical on the leads, because if it's not profitable, I mean, you're losing money if you buy something that doesn't sell, or, we don't want to have anything on there. We didn't want to just like fudge a bunch of numbers and say, give everybody smiley face stickers. So we wanted to make sure that we graded really critically and made it so it was just the things that we would actually buy. And we wanted to make sure that everything was legit. So don't be insulted if we didn't take your leads. We will have everybody's information, or all of the numbers, up before the end of the, definitely before, I'd say, hope our goal is to have it by Tuesday, and maybe sooner. We'll see. But yeah, thank you guys so much for participating and for your patience. And when we do this next time, we will be definitely changing some things and making it a little bit more streamlined. Yeah. How many of the leads came in as duplicates?
This is a great question. I did not see, I'm not sure if there were any, but I didn't see if there were any. There are not many. It's not like every third person was sending in the same target lead, which
we are only halfway through, though.
Yeah, that is true. Nicole popped in there. She said two nice duplicates so far. So
that's pretty cool. I was expecting there to be duplicates.
Yeah, and when people say, "Oh, well, everything Tactical Arbitrage, everyone else sees it," the fact is the bench, if you will, of leads that you can produce with Tactical Arbitrage is so deep. There's not just a 12th man, there's a 56th man. that you can go to if necessary. So
it was cool to be able to see all the different, because everybody explained briefly what they did, and it was cool to see the different strategies that people were using behind the scenes, because there's so many different ways to do it. It was cool to see. So we'll break down some of that tonight. Will we be able to see the leads and criteria? So the thing is that everybody said we could share them, but I can't share the list. I think that would be a disaster.
Yeah, we're not going to give away like all 700 so you can see what everyone's sourcing. That actually would probably be a little bit of malpractice on our part, because what would happen is people would go buy these leads no matter how much we say don't do that, and then they would tank.
We will be taking some screenshots though to use as examples in future trainings, because there's a lot of things that came up of like, this is why this lead, and it was things that people it was cool to see the real life mistakes and the real life successes people were doing, because you could see like exactly what went wrong, and you're basically identifying, you know, these opportunities where we had a few leads. I'm like, oh God, I hope that person doesn't buy that, because that's not going to do any good for them. So that was cool to see. And also, you know, we can use that and address that in future content. It's cool to see where people are slipping up, and then we can make them stop and keep the direction moving forward.
And Gina, I'll tell you what, I'm going to go through a couple of leads and like really pinpoint down, and I'm going to bring Chris Anderson up here too, so he can offer some of his feedback as well. And we're going to talk about, you know, why I think it was a great lead and why everyone else thought it was a good lead. But then we will talk a little bit about what people were doing to find these leads, because I'm going to be honest with you, I didn't see anything in particular that isn't something that we've talked about openly in the past. You know, there was no super secret sauce that we absolutely can't share. People just really put in the work is a lot of what happened here.
The 80-20 was definitely alive. And there was a lot of, there were a handful of people that submitted most of the leads, it seems.
I'm gonna be a little honest, and I had a little bit of a proud papa moment, and I shared this in our VIP group. I noticed how many, I know some of the emails that were coming through and some of the names, and a lot of them were folks in the VIP group, and that made me incredibly happy. So
yeah. And also, guys, what we're going to do next time, I think we've decided it's going to be more of a, instead of a net profit total, which is like so time consuming, we're going to make it like an actual like lead competition where everybody gets to submit one lead and explain how they found it, and then we'll grade it. We'll do a judging of it, and then so it'll give everybody a chance to compete, like even if they don't have a full 24 hours to source. We think it'll be more fun. It'll be easier to manage, and if people love this format, maybe we'll do it again, but we'll just have to find a better way to streamline it.
Yeah, because absolutely
we can't be grading so many leads for every time.
How many of the contestants had VAs finding leads for them? We didn't ask, because that was within the rules. So you could have VAs working in your account. That's not a problem. I know of one person for sure that did that, but I don't think that it was a majority of the people who were doing that.
Yeah. And we highly recommend, we love VAs. We highly recommend that if you know tactical arbitrage, hire somebody, hire them fresh without experience, teach them how to use it. Let them go through Tactical Academy, or let them go through the OA Challenge, and just, you know, let them run when you're not doing TA. Let them do it. It's the perfect job to outsource.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's dig into some leads. I brought Chris up here. Chris Anderson, what's going on, man? How's Friday night?
Good. I will be with you just in a second here.
All right, so guys, let's talk about this first lead that I pulled up, and the reason I wanted to pull this one up is because I think a lot of people would pass over it, because this is going to be a hazmat item. And you can see that it's on sale at Walgreens for $11.19. You're going to get a little bit of cash back. It doesn't look like this particular item is considered a beauty item, so you're not going to get that 20% off that's happening at Walgreens. So we figured out the whole $11.19 priced for this. We didn't figure in sales tax or inbound shipping to Amazon because that's going to vary for everybody, just depending on where they are, or it could be how much they pack their box, all kinds of things. So we're going kind of without all of those levers there. But this particular item, I know a lot of people would totally pass on it because it is hazmat. Maybe you're not hazmat approved. Maybe it scares you to ship hazmat, and that's okay. But that is where some opportunity lies. When we go over to Amazon and take a look at it, 3.4 ounce. Oh, well, these aren't a match. I made a mistake.
Does the coupon really not work on that one?
Doesn't look like it.
It looked like it was in a subcategory of beauty.
Yeah, but
it's called sexy. I'd be raising some.
I would
hell
like
about
to
that
say
one.
something about hazmat.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people are terrified of doing hazmat. It is a little annoying because you don't get that Amazon partnered rate. So if you have fat profit like that, though, there's a lot of money to be made in hazmat.
Mm-hmm.
You can do LTL hazmat, which would be very high volume hazmat. But so much of the money to be made on Amazon is by just taking one extra step. You don't have to do a crazy amount of work. Literally, all you have to do hazmat is, instead of buying the shipping from Amazon, you prep it just the way you normally would, and then you go to Pirate Ship and you make it a label to the warehouse that Amazon tells you to send it to.
Yep.
That's the extra step. A minute. Okay? A minute is the extra step. And people will not do it, and that's why hazmat's so good.
Yeah, exactly. And if hazmat scares you, right on Pirate Ship's front page when you log in, they talk about hazmat. There's a link, and they actually have like a guide that will pretty much walk you through shipping hazmat properly. So
it's not hard to do. It's really not hard to do. People make it way more complicated than it needs to be.
Exactly. All right. Now let's talk about this next one. This next item, it is buy two, get the third free. All right. So you've got a 33% discount right off the top. And then you've got another 20% discount that you can add on top of that. All right. And you can get some cash back on this. You're probably going to get somewhere in the range of 3 or 4% in most places with Walgreens. And you're not going to be able to use discount gift cards with Walgreens, not online anyway. Now, on top of that, if you've got a credit card that has cash back, you might get another 1 or 2% there as well. So with this one, it's $11.29, 16-ounce Hydro Boost body gel cream. And this person was able to pull up a 3-pack. This one is ranked 671 in beauty and personal care.
I'm going to be honest, they're just showing off at this point.
Right. You can see that there is quite a bit of a price difference between the 1-pack and the 3-pack. But the 3-pack actually still sells pretty well on this variation listing. The buy box is suppressed, but that's not a huge deal. It still sells through, especially something ranked 671. And our total cost on this is going to be $18.06. Which makes for $17.58 in net profit before any inbound shipping or anything like that. So a nice fat profit margin on this one, or a nice fat ROI and profit margin on this one. And even though it doesn't sell quite as well as the 1-pack, it does sell through really, really well. When you find a listing like this, I would suggest that if you have a tool like RevSeller, you go through the variation viewer. If you're using Tactical Arbitrage, it offers the history graph inside of Tactical Arbitrage. You can also check the variations right inside of Tactical Arbitrage and make sure you're looking at all these points to make sure that it actually sells. And then, Faster, I see you've got a good question there. You say, why does the sales rank disappear? Well, what happened is it looks like this item was probably not with its parent ASIN. So it looks like right around here in January, where it looks like that sales rank disappears, it actually goes from a 61 to a 71,000 sales rank down to a 670. So what happened is the 1-pack and the 3-pack were merged, and they became one listing. Okay. And in this case, it's actually probably a good thing. All right. Next up, we've got
Boost Body Gel. It's quite the product. I've never
Right?
heard of body gel.
this.
Like keep your body in place, like hair gel.
Clearly,
I could
we aren't
use
the
that,
kind of
dude.
guys that
I'm
use
becoming
body wash.
shapes.
Yeah.
Is it like yeah?
Definitely not Nate's thing to buy there.
If you go in Nate's bathroom, you would think it's all of his wife's hair care products. They're all for Nate.
Yeah. She did make me stop dyeing my white stripe. So gigs out on that one. I was just fermenting it.
Right.
Oh man,
Threw it away.
She
Threw it away.
wants you to be a salt and pepper silver stallion.
Silver
I look like a
fox.
skunk, dude. Though I look like a skunk. It's bad.
All right, this next one here is a 34-ounce gel hand wash refill in sweet water. This is by Method. This is a pretty popular company for this kind of product. And if you're a Beyond Plus member, this is $5.19. You can also see, and now I will say, granted, if you overuse this Beyond Plus membership, they're going to kick you out of it. All right. It's going to happen, but we'll take this price into play. You can get this price until they kick you out of there. They've got 15% back in rewards, plus a $50 reward certificate. If you get a new credit card, I wouldn't necessarily say go get a store credit card or anything. This item is back ordered, so you're going to have to wait for it for just a little while. Although if we did a Google search, I would imagine we could find this somewhere else pretty easily. This is held.
Wouldn't you think that would be able to be found in store?
You could probably find this in store. Yeah. I would imagine you could go somewhere locally and find this no problem.
It's gonna be
Did you
deep
find
in the
it in Bed Bath
beyond.
and Beyond?
Yeah, Bed Bath and Beyond. Yep.
Montgomery says kick you out. So yeah, this is one of those stores that you'd want to throttle your sourcing on because they don't. Some sites don't want you to resell, and they don't want you to use the benefits to resell. Some just don't want you to resell at all. But yeah, this one will kick you out.
Yeah, they will definitely at least close your Beyond Plus membership.
Which is literally the worst thing in the world. How do you live without your Beyond Plus?
I know. Now, if we go over here, what I like about this one is this is something that a lot of people might turn away from because of the rank. It's ranked 215,000 in beauty and personal care, and there very well may be a better ranked item that matches this on Amazon. But what we can see here is at 1837, if we can get it for $5.19, we've got a pretty healthy ROI here of $4.56. And we can see that the price has come up a little bit, and I would imagine that this price is going to hold for a little while. Looks like the price has been down in the past, but it was depressed for a while the number of sellers was high. And then as the number of sellers have gone down, it's kind of increased back up there a little bit. Now, the reason I sort of like this one is even though the price is a little bit high right now, chances are this could be something that you replenish on a regular basis. It's not something you're going to buy 50 or 100 of to replenish. And that's where I think a lot of people get confused or maybe overthink about replenishable items. They don't have to be something that you go deep on every single month or every single week. If you buy 5 a month and you can sell it for the next 6 or 8 or 10 months, that is a replenishable. All right. That's money in your pocket every single month. You know, you can count on that. And those are not bad because if you have to find 50 or 75 of those rather than 10 or 15 of the ones that you're selling 100 or 200 of, it's just a little bit of a different business model, but they both work. All right. There is no wrong way to do it. Now, the things to think about on this particular listing, in my opinion, is there is the possibility that the number of sellers goes back up. And if that happens, you're going to see this price fall probably closer back down to that $9.99 area. And then this is not profitable any longer unless you can get your cost of goods down a little bit more. All right. But there were a lot of listings in there like this that were good. They weren't things that you'd be like, oh, this is an absolute home run. But this whole business is built on singles and doubles. And then because we're at bat so often, you hit those homers and those triples on a more regular basis.
Chris, can I hit a grand slam real quick for 2 lucky entrants?
Awesome. Let's do it.
Let me get Sid Beebe. Oh, I'm so sorry, Sid. I know that I'm messing this up. Beebe. Sid Beebe. Beebe. I'm so sorry that I cannot pronounce it. And I'm gonna mess this next one up too. But yeah, Sid, you get Tactical Expander Light. Message one of us, make you hooked up with that. Elise, I can't even read. Luis Arauz, Arauz, Tidbit Deals. We've got you with IP Alert. So Luis and Sid, hit us up.
Yeah.
All right, back to your regularly scheduled programming.
Chris, do you want to share your screen and go over a couple of the leads that you found personally?
Why don't you pull them up and you go over them? They're in the email.
I don't have them. I don't have them available to me right at the moment.
I don't have them either because I pulled them out of lists.
Okay, let me see here.
I can find it.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll send you the email I used.
I think I'll recognize your email unless it's a new one.
It's the .biz.
Yeah, okay.
Let's see here. I'm going to answer a couple of questions. So, FBA Woman asks, how were each of these leads found? So, the rules were you had to start with Tactical Arbitrage. There are some folks who went in and did some rabbit trails off of Tactical Arbitrage finds, which was absolutely okay. But everyone started with Tactical Arbitrage. And I would say that most of these in the comments I was reading, they were based on a product search from a sale, or they were based on a large reverse search, all kinds of different things. But Tactical Arbitrage was the starting point there. And Brian, do you have to comment to enter? No, you don't have to comment to enter your name for the giveaways. Absolutely not.
Chris, what was text me the email, Chris?
It was Chris it's in one of our group chats.
Okay.
I'll put it in the private chat.
And if you guys have questions, please bring them. Let us know. We're happy to answer questions for, the next 30, 45 minutes. We'll go through a couple more leads. Where are these comments coming from? They're all over. So we're live on YouTube. We're live. Matter of fact, if you are on YouTube and watching this, please do us a huge favor and smash the like button for the
smash
YouTube
it.
Algorithm.
Absolutely, just body slam it.
That's right.
Chris, did you? Oh, there we go.
How do you enter the giveaway? We've sent out multiple emails about signing up for signing up for whether you're watching or competing, and we're pulling the names out of those emails. So we had almost 700 people come up and be in there. All right. Another question here was, what does it mean when the buy box is suppressed? So that's a great question. A suppressed buy box means that the little box over to the right-hand side does not show a price right up at the top, and there's no little buy it now button. And when there is a buy box, over 80% of the purchases come from that buy box. They calculated around maybe 82 or 85%. When it is suppressed, the buyer has to go and actually look for the product to sell. So what happens is the sales velocity will typically slow down a little bit, but it doesn't mean that it stops selling forever. Should you add taxes to your buy cost? If you're paying sales tax doing OA, yes, you should add it to your cost of goods. That way you can figure out, whether or not it's still profitable after you pay for the product.
Chris, let's just pick another one from the list here. Do you have the sheet with you, Chris Grant?
Yeah. I can pull up.
Let's just pull up one of the approved ones.
Yeah, let me just.
Yeah, I'm pulling up some bolos also to share with you guys.
Okay.
No problem.
Pop this one in here.
Did somebody answer the suppressed buy box question? Was that what I was looking?
Yep.
Cool.
All right. So this one that I'm pulling up here is I'm going to explain how they found it here. So this person put in another submission before this lead that I'm pulling up. And from that lead that they found with Tactical Arbitrage, they went down a rabbit trail to find a better listing. All right. So let me just look at this for a moment. That's a pack of 2. Very good. Okay. Let me share my screen again. All right. So this listing here, this is for Tums Chewy Bites Assorted Berry. It is a 60 count. And you can see that these are $7.99. Now, you can also, looks like in-store only, you can get 75% off or 75 cents off with Target Circle. We'd have to figure out whether or not that would work on, a cartload, or if it would just give you maybe 2 or 3 if you wanted to go pick these up in store and save a little bit more money. But we're going to go with this $7.99 price right here. And if we come over here, we can see that this is a 2-pack. It's the extra strength 750. Extra strength 750. So everything looks pretty good there. And we're looking at $7.99 a piece. Multiply that by 2. So this one here at the current buy box price is $7.28 of net profit. And if we look at it, I really kind of like this one because even when Amazon is in stock, that price is pretty high. And Amazon's been in stock. They were in stock for a little while. But before that, they don't have a big history of being in stock over the past year or over the lifetime of this. So it almost seems like some wholesaler sent in thousands of units and then Amazon accidentally lost them and decided to sell them themselves. Now, the other thing that's interesting about this particular listing is the number of sellers has skyrocketed.
Hold on one second, Chris.
Recently. Yeah.
Do you guys hear that buzzing sound?
I do, yes.
What is that?
Hold on.
Chris Anderson's cat. Yeah, it's Chris.
It is Chris.
Chris, what in the Altoona?
I'm so sorry. I'll fix that.
I'm going to pull you out for a minute, okay? Oh, no, it's gone.
Brian says, ASIN, please. Brian, I don't know if you can see it. It's up there. I can't paste I can't do anything in the comments. If anybody can see that.
This ASIN is B0713Q like Quebec, 1 V Victor, W Whiskey, G George.
Bingo.
All right.
That's a good bingo.
Now, I like this particular listing because even though the number of sellers has gone up recently, which I would almost bet money that this has been on a lead list recently because it went from 2 or 3 sellers and now it's all the way up to 24 sellers. So I'm going to bet money that this showed up on a lead list somewhere. However, the price has not been affected quite yet. Now, the price on this has the chance to become affected and see some price erosion. The cool thing about watching Keepa is we kind of get to see an economy in micro scale on one ASIN, on one listing. We can see that when the supply curve goes up, that price curve tends to come down if there is not an action in the demand curve, okay? So we can see right here that the price started coming down because the supply went up, but at the same time, the demand was not going up. And then we see here that, well, the price went down because the supply went up. And because that happened, well, the demand went up a little bit. You can see that by a lower BSR there. But it's all still pretty steady.
Everybody's commenting that it was on a leads list. The target leads are almost inevitably those are the ones that end up on a lead list a lot. I'm sure whoever sent this in probably just happened upon it. It's just tertiary level service sourcing.
Yeah, it happens.
If you guys want, I'm ready to share the 3 leads. I had shared 3 leads with you guys.
Yeah,
you guys want me to?
Yeah. Let me finish this up, and then
Your electric
we'll switch over to
toothbrush.
you.
Your electric toothbrush is still buzzing.
Sorry about that.
Now, what you guys are going to want to know about these kinds of leads is that when you do see that big swing, you're going to need to do one of a couple of things. One, you're either going to want to wait this out and wait for these sellers to start dropping off, because typically a lot of sellers don't come back to items, especially if it's on a lead list. Okay.
From Target.
And they probably should, even though they won't. So you can wait a little while, or you can spend some time right down here. And rather than looking for the item that's a winner right this second, you can look for the products that are related to this item and go do a little bit of rabbit trailing and find something that might work for you a little bit longer into the future that other people haven't found. So like this one here, that one doesn't interest me because Amazon's on it. Amazon's on that one. But if we took a little bit of time to rabbit trail, we would find some more items. All right. Oops, let me hop that off of there. Okay. Chris, you go ahead and share your screen, man.
Hassan says, what is a leads list? Leads list is there's different paid groups of different qualities. Some are really great. Some are average. Good ones like OA Hunt is a good one. OA Cheddar is good.
Leads Pro.
OA Leads Pro. Yeah, there's a lot of good ones. But basically, the difference between those and Tactical Arbitrage, I see them as a good supplement to Tactical Arbitrage. But with leads lists, you end up with, there's more exposure to the leads. So there's pros and cons to them. But essentially, they're syndicating leads for you, and depending on the schedule. So they're a cool thing to look into. I know a ton of TA users also use lead lists. But yeah, that's what they are. They're monthly subscription. What is that sound though, Chris?
My computer's dying.
Is it?
Sorry. If my cats are in heat,
your cats are in heat, or the computer's dying.
Heads keep falling off. So sorry about that. I use a laptop for everything.
You're good. It stopped now.
It stops when you talk.
Good. Okay, so I'll just keep talking.
Don't stop.
I wanted to share two. I shared a few bolos, but these were the first three that I could find off of what I had shared already. I really like this one. This is and I'll show you the Amazon page for it. So the buy cost on this is a 2-pack on Amazon. Okay, the buy cost on this would be, what was that? $249. So $498. Okay, so 90% ROI. You got a poly bag in there, so that's all you would need. But this is a solid seller. It is going up a little bit in the number of sellers, but I don't think that this is a problem. And
leads
here's
list.
why what
Target leads list.
I don't know. Maybe it was on a Target lead list. I can't say for certain. But here's what I love about it: you can go and buy this in store. This is available at my store in Altoona. There's one available. Now, Target's not always the most accurate with their grocery with what is and isn't in stock, but I'm going to assume that I could go to my local Target, and you probably could too, and probably find this. Okay? Nice. This is real nice.
It's a good one. And I'm not going to lie, those look delicious. Worst
case
scenario,
really good.
Worst case scenario, those look like the most delicious.
Why do you think I date Nicole? Her kids have the best snacks.
Tell us the truth. You weren't sourcing when you found this. You're like, oh my god,
no.
These llama ramas are hitting the spot. Hey, let's check this on Amazon.
Oh, listen, I had a Capri Sun, and as a grown man, a Capri Sun just does not hit the spot. I need more juice than that. So here's another one that I really like. This is no bean chili, and again, I found this with TA, and what I did was I just was looking in the grocery section on Walmart. That is what I was doing. But you can find, I believe that this could be a really good replant. This is going to be around. This is something that has been around for forever. The pricing has remained relatively consistent on it, that it's consistently profitable. This has been going on for almost 3 years now. This is just a single can. I would prep this, always assume that Amazon's going to ship things the dumbest way possible. I'd maybe throw this in some, I treat cans like glass because nobody wants to pay a premium. and then get a dented can. They'll get their money back. Okay. So, hey, Zara. So
Maverick, thank you for sharing those ASINs. That's awesome. I really appreciate. That's awesome. Thank you.
So this is a good way to go, and I thought that this would be great to show you guys finding a replen using Tactical Arbitrage. Hi.
Nice.
Hi, Zara. So
let's not miss the 34 grams of protein. Holy crap! I might have to start eating some of this.
Hang on.
Yeah.
In one can.
Okay.
That's per serving, you guys.
Per serving.
5,000 milligrams of salt, though.
I love how they're going after. Their sales point is no beans.
No beans.
Like that's a shots fired at beans.
Hey, man. But you know what? I did not go through this and see if there was more profitable configurations for this. It's entirely possible. You know, let's look here.
How would you prep the can for FBA?
I would wrap it in bubble wrap, throw it in a poly bag from ilovesupplies.com. Boom goes the dynamite.
Shout out to not a sponsor, but shout out
not a sponsor. You know what? I should have asked him. He would have sponsored this and given away some bags.
That guy will sponsor anything.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
I will tell you guys while we're doing this really quick. If you guys need a polybag supplier and you go to ilovesupplies.com and you say that Chris, Nate, and Chris sent you, you will get a free like 100 bags to try out. And you won't go back after you try out his bags.
Skyline chili, it depends if you get a 3-way or a 4-way, or the beans are one of the ways, right? Somebody asked if Skyline has beans. Sorry if I'm diverting, but this is important.
This is very important. Let's start looking this up.
Skyline chili is a big deal in Ohio. Okay, it's amazing, and if anybody says it's not, they're lying.
I haven't had Skyline in almost 4 years, and
it's amazing, dude. I think it's people act like it's the grossest thing ever, but it's so good.
No, you get some chili dogs.
See, this is the type of regional stuff though that I'm talking about. Like, if I couldn't get Skyline, like when I lived in Georgia, I remember paying a premium for it.
Yeah, one of my better replens is a merchant fulfilled potato chip out of the local area where I live in central Pennsylvania, and I sell them 3-pack, or it's a 3-pound bag, and we merchant fulfill them. I get them right from the manufacturer and just slap a label on them.
If you guys want to sell them too, it's Wrap Snacks.
Hey, OA Hunt just said they're down to sponsor something. OA Hunt, let's give away a month of OA Hunt then. You tell me, just say yes and I'll give one away.
Should I give away something?
Give away
a cat. Nate.
Give away your computer. It's about to give away itself.
Does anybody need a cat?
But you know, these guys have called out something really, really important, and something that we don't talk about. Well, it's talked about quite a bit, but I don't know if people hear it. But these, number one, Chris has pulled up a brand that you should start rabbit trailing. If Wolf works for one thing, you should go and look at all of the other items that brand offers.
Somebody asked about rabbit trails. This is good.
You want to go through here? Let's look at some Wolf brand chili.
Yes.
Wolf brand cola. Do you think it's related to Wolf brand cola? You watch Always Sunny?
Yes.
Good show.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so where are we at?
Yeah, that company was ilovesupplies.com. Yep.
And we're just
looking
Walmart.
for a cat. I don't know if they're asking if you're looking for a cat or they want a cat. But
no, I'm trying to get rid of a cat. Here, this is microwave.
Your salesmanship's not good. You're not trying to give away. You're not trying to get rid of. You're trying to get someone. You're trying to gift it to somebody.
Yeah.
Someone
No,
else's
you can have them. Like,
trying to just get rid of this cat for me.
I have 5 cats. It's too many cats, guys.
Hey.
Okay. So, one thing that could be really cool is I want to see this Wolf brand chili 6 cans. Oh, it's right there. So it's $15.60. Not going to be profitable. But Texas style chili with beans.
So yeah, guys, if you're wondering what rabbit trails, this is what that is. Essentially, you find a product, and whether it's good or not, if it's good, you keep looking a little bit closer. If it's not good for if some reason, like maybe a little mismatch, stay in that area you've already gotten to, and then kind of just let it take you towards the leads. You're not going to usually land right on a lead on the scan, but you'll get sent in the right direction.
No, but this This is solid.
Best place for bag or for boxes, somebody asked.
So personally, I use the Boxery. They're pretty good, but I will recommend WB Mason. They are very good, but you got to get a salesperson with them. So you just call them, you say where you are, and they'll actually deliver them to you for free. That's how we get most of our boxes. And you have to get them to price match the Boxery. That's the trick. So when you talk to your salesperson, you say, hey, the Boxery has this for X. They'll price match, but then you get free shipping.
If you live in a larger area, like Chris lives out in, I don't even know, it's some small town in rural Pennsylvania.
Altoona. We joke about it all the time. Altoona.
So, but if you live in a bigger area, you can also find a local box manufacturer, and oftentimes you can crush it on prices and quality. The guy who we get boxes from, incredibly nice, and will offer you 20% just for walking in the door.
But here's what I'd also like to say. This is why I liked this lead so much. Okay, is not only is it a good, solid, profitable product, it's very profitable, but you can go to the store and pick it up. And I think that that's something that people overlook. Obviously, this is OA based, but walking in and buying this is a really good way to go, because I could spend this money today, prep it today, ship it today, and being reimbursed very quickly. A lot of people steer away from grocery in OA, rightfully so, because there's so many problems with expiration dates. I can actually hold this in my hand, look at it, and see what the expiration date in it is on it.
Can I do a quick dopamine dump here? I'm going to pick two more winners. These will be the last two OA Challenge February event access giveaways. So we're going to give away two. Let's go with Catherine Booker. And then just Santos, the artist known as Santos, no last name, Santos. KRS Marketplace, Santos. Come on up and grab your free OA Challenge access, and that will be the last of the OA Challenge giveaways. So if you are waiting to enroll to see if you won, those will be the last ones that we're giving away. And you have until Sunday night to register. We'll be going through all the different methods that people used and then some.
Okay.
But
let me show my next one. Now, this one I found by reverse searching the movers and shakers. Okay. So I found this Encanto. Has anybody heard of this? It's the biggest thing right now.
Oh yeah, it's huge.
It's
like
huge.
all the plays in my house. Encanto.
Encanto. I've never seen it.
Encanto. So, y'all heard of this? Encanto.
$26.99 over on Disney, and
it's the new Frozen.
Yeah, we can get that in store potentially. I don't have a local Disney store, but $58 or $5,900 in toys and games. I mean, this is crazy. This is great. Great ROI on it. 43%. It's not the best ROI in the world, but it'll get you there.
Mm-hmm.
And now we see, Encanto has profitable stuff. Let's see
what
else we might find with this. Okay. All this stuff could be profitable. That's the thing I just found. Deluxe doll set.
I'm guessing a lot of the parents are just like, I don't think I want to even look at any Encanto stuff.
There's a bunch of triggered parents out here.
Yeah, we don't talk about Encanto or Bruno.
Bruno, the movie with Sacha Baron Cohen?
Very different.
Very different movie.
Guys, I'll be right back.
Yeah, no problem. Just me, Chris, and his dying computer.
But seriously, this is a great. This is why I like this so much. This lead so much.
Yeah.
Go back to where it was. Here we go. This is a gated category. Okay, Toys is gated. Disney is gated. Okay, as far as I can tell, Encanto is not gated. I can sell this, but they aren't IP alert heavy or IP claim heavy or anything. But it's going to scare people off because they won't get ungated in Disney.
Yeah.
And I like that.
Yeah, it's getting hotter.
It is getting harder and harder each and every year.
Remember when your kids sang Frozen nonstop for months? Yeah, Encanto is the new Frozen. I still remember the Frozen Elsa dolls. Those were so fun to sell.
Me and Matt Hartle went to a Target and just bought Frozen Elsa dolls.
That was like I stumbled upon those and I was like, holy crap! Went pretty deep into Georgia Targets and Walmarts trying to clear them out.
So, is there anything? I was just going to show these three. Is there anything else you want to show here?
So are those the three good ones that you had?
Well, I shared a few more. I shared some clothing items that were good, but these were on the spot. The first three that I could remember that I had shared with you guys.
Oh. Okay.
It definitely does speak. Now that we got more people here, a lot of people assume with tactical arbitrage, like, oh, if I use it, everybody's going to find the same results. And that's just not true. I mean, we're looking at these leads. You guys are looking at these leads, and you're not seeing that many of the same results. And I think that speaks highly of that, because these are people, a lot of the people you guys have been saying are posting really good stuff. So at that high level, they're not finding the same stuff. But if you're worried about that, we talked about yesterday, getting off the beaten path, looking around, using the tools that you have available, like, tactical search engine to search different places that maybe you normally wouldn't think about.
Yeah. Somebody says, I see you prefer RevSeller over Ace and Zen. Any reason why? Me and Chris.
Well, I bought a 1-year membership to RevSeller, and I'm cheap.
Yeah, I've just used I've heard good things about Ace and Zen. We did have a little bit of an issue with the IP alert conflict, but yeah, I've got nothing bad to say about them. From what I've heard, it's a good software.
Yeah.
But we use RevSeller. I've never had anyone complain to me about RevSeller. We've used it for years. They both seem to get the job done. But yeah, Ace and Zen seems to be pretty popular.
Yeah, RevSeller's just been around for a long time, and
somebody says
it's easy to.
We Latinos are all uncovering our childhood trauma.
And so I
missed over a couple questions. Yeah. Go ahead.
So isn't the always be scanning feature in tactical arbitrage supposed to give everyone unique leads as well? So yes, it will. The always be scanning feature is kind of a reverse search that's always running in the background. And the cool thing is that when it was built so that not everyone gets the same leads. It's not. Anyway, my leads and your leads would be different. Now you still need to go through them and check them out, but it's a great way just to hop in there and kind of have a free leads list ready to go for you.
All right, we are going to give away Chris's cat, and the winner is whoever this person is. I can't see their name. Somebody says, I'll take a cat for a prize, Chris. How many cats do you want to give, Chris? Just one? Oh, we muted you because your computer's dying.
No, I muted myself. Instead of the cat, do you want me to give away a month in my lead list?
That would work too. But
sure.
I thought we were going to get rid of this cat.
I can't mail a cat. It's cost prohibitive. They're hazmat.
Just walk it, dude. It's not cold.
Can we trust Tactical Arbitrage's estimated sales only? Is it enough to make a decision? So Tactical Arbitrage has a really great estimated sales velocity algorithm that's built into it. I think that it's even on the conservative side. But I think that you need to always check the history graph inside of Tactical Arbitrage. And if you're a Keepa user, double check with Keepa as well. I think that multiple points are important to make a decision rather than just any sales estimation tool.
And then, keep in mind the sales are for the buy box, right? It's not or for the whole ASIN. It's not just for like your account, right?
Yeah.
So you got to keep that in mind with the competitors. Call the cat in Uber, Chris. Somebody said that's a good idea. Cat.
Good idea.
Somebody says to make sure that it's a cat. It's good.
So Bailey says, I either have a ton of funds and not enough leads, or a ton of leads and not enough funds. That's probably a good problem to have. As having having a ton of leads and not enough funds is good, and you should store those up for when the funds come back around. That way you're never at a loss. But that's a good thing to have.
Okay, OA Hunt is back in the chat, and they said they will give away 1 month. Chris Green, if you're watching, please grab me 2 winners. One. Okay, never mind. Here we go. He got them. All right, the next 2 winners. Chris, pick a number between 1 and 10. Chris Anderson.
6.
Okay. Minerva Mendoza gets 1 month of Chris's lead group. And Aaron, oh my God, I swear. I can't pronounce anyone's name. Aaron Jidlikowski.
Yeah, and Minerva, just shoot me a DM on Facebook. I'm easy to find.
Mm-hmm.
And the cat is a come and get it situation, I guess. Apparently,
yeah.
I don't think he wants to get rid of it. I think he's turned into that old cat lady who has all the cats, and then like the grandkids are like, "Grandma, we can take them." Like, no, there's no. I'll just have all 200.
Nicole's going to make me get rid of them.
I don't want any of these cats, but you can't take any of them.
So Anne asks a good question here, and guys, if you have questions, keep them coming. We're gonna answer questions for a little bit longer. But what percentage do you go for on the rank for when you pick a product? So I'm going to be honest with you, and I make a sales rank chart every single month, but I don't think that looking at the percentage that a product is in is a great idea. You really need to look for items that have a sales velocity. They're moving. The Keepa graph has what I like to call a heartbeat, rather than looking for items that are just in the 0.5% or the top 3%, because there's money to be made outside of that if it sells on a regular basis. You could buy something that's in the top 10%, and you may buy 5 a month and sell through 5 a month, and it just always be profitable, and that's great. But you might find something that's in the top 0.5% of Amazon, and you might be able to sell 100 a month, but is it going to stay profitable since everyone is looking there? So don't worry so much about the percentage of rank. Look for those heartbeats in a Keepa graph.
People said they should change their names to Chris, then we can finally become experts at TA. So we have a side chat, and it's called Chris. The Chris's and Nate. What is that the name of it? Chris, and Nate.
Mm-hmm.
It's me, Chris Anderson, Chris Grant, and Chris Green.
It's cat tats.
Oh, cat.
Because I have a bunch of cat tattoos.
Yeah. You're like the mascot of the whole chat.
I'm usually the bad example, but for you guys, I just get to be the mascot.
Yeah, you're the full-blown mascot, dude.
So Scott is curious, what do you use for match quality on Tactical Arbitrage? So I am someone who actually leaves my match quality pretty low.
Chris, will you mute yourself?
I don't keep a really high match quality, and now that will offer some more mismatches, but it'll also allow me to see some things that other people aren't seeing, and I would prefer to have more to look through manually than less. I can always use on-page filters. So if I've got let's say I have 40,000 leads to view in my Tactical Arbitrage account. That's actually how many I have in my view data right now. I can always use my on-page filters to look for the items that are a little bit closer to what I'm really looking for. And the match quality is one of those on-page filters. So leave your filters wide and then filter down manually later on.
Which I think also answers Melissa Whitehurst's question. Number 1 tip for a newbie: wide filters.
Do you guys want? I got TA up right now. I'll show you guys how I set filters.
Yeah, go for it.
Hassan says, Chris Grant, do you go over that in the OA Challenge and Tactical Academy?
You better believe it.
Absolutely. That I think that over filtering is one of the number 1 reasons that people sometimes will get frustrated with Tactical Arbitrage, and it is typically over filtering and shooting ourselves in the foot.
Okay, I shared my screen with you guys.
Let me pull it up here.
Okay. So real quick before we even get started showing you my filters, this is what I'm running right now. Queued search. I just got one going with, and this was a bulk list. Okay. This bulk list has 335 lines in it. I'm always running bulk lists. This is the number one thing that I think just really puts tactical arbitrage on steroids, if you will. Okay. Just all over the place. All of this bulk list, almost all of it. Okay. Product search here. So
just a quick timeout. If you guys are new to TA, this might seem like wild. Throughout the OA Challenge or Tactical Academy, this starts to become very, very, it makes a lot more sense very quickly. So Chris is going to show you this, and he explains it well. But if you really want to get a full understanding of all the different ins and outs, you know where to go.
Oh, yeah, no. I'd definitely go with the OA Challenge on this one. So we're going to go back. We want some chili. Okay. And this is seriously it. Source price adjustments. I leave this blank. Now, especially with Walmart, there's no
Can you zoom in a little bit, Chris? Sorry.
What?
Some Maverick asked if you could zoom in just a little bit on your screen.
Oh, man, I'm blind.
Just a little
Control plus.
Little control plus action. There we go.
Ooh.
That's super bit. There we go. Perfect.
Better? Okay. I sorry, guys. I literally have a 32-inch curved monitor sitting in front of me, so that's why my screen is that way.
The problem is it keeps our faces on the side, and it kind of. Can we remove our faces to make it bigger? There we go.
Ah, there you go.
There
we
we
look
go.
so much better when we're removed.
We look so much better when we're the tactical arbitrage screen.
Yes. Okay, so I put my website in, my category in, pretty basic. Start page and last place. All of this I pretty much leave blank, except I do like to name my searches. That is a really helpful thing to do. Walmart chili. Okay. As far as this, there's nothing that I put here. Okay. I live in a state with no sales tax. So no sales tax for grocery, I should say. And I'm tax exempt at Walmart anyway, so I don't care. Remove. This is where people want TA to start doing lifting for them. Okay. Now I don't want to, like, this was the last search I did. I did have hazmats turned off that I didn't see them, but for the most part, I usually leave them on. And this is pretty much it. Okay. Notice how few filters there are. I'm literally just ranks over 250,000. That's it, which in grocery is a very bad rank. Okay. Source titles, nothing. Cost fees, nothing. Now, I do really pay about 20 cents a pound to ship to Amazon if I'm doing SPD, but I'll leave that usually blank and just figure it out later. And the reason why that's so important to just leave open if you're trying to cast a wide net is because bundles you can use tactical arbitrage to find bundles. And that llama product I shared earlier, that's how I found that. Okay. Nice. And then other filters, I just leave this all blank. Yeah, that's it. I have mine set at $4 for right now. The last search I did was that. Usually, a lot of times, I will literally do my minimum at a penny and that at $1. And that just gets me the most results because, especially in the grocery category, tactical arbitrage might not perfectly get all the bundles that I would want them to. So by having it set like this, I'm actually able to see a wider range of products where maybe I'm finding the 1-packs. I do a little rabbit trailing, and then I can find different multi-packs and bundles that could be really profitable.
Nice.
Okay. And really, always look at this category example. This is so important, guys. You want to look here. If you're especially running a site for the very first time, check that so you make sure you're formatting it correctly. Just like Target, I see people all the time. I can never run Target with tactical arbitrage. It shows you exactly how it should be right there. Okay? Okay, I'm going to stop my screen.
All right. I want to run through, guys, and I don't want to take up too much more time because we've been at this an hour, and it is Friday night. I'm sure people want to get back to their families and things. But I want to kind of rapid fire through some of these questions. So is it possible to add a variation to a listing that you did not create and that has no other variations? So I'll be honest with you, I don't do it very often, but I know that it can be done. Yes, there are some rules behind it, but it can be done. Can CX Health or voice of the customer reviews be removed or disputed? Not that I'm aware of. I've never seen one of those be removed or disputed. But I'll be honest with you, I don't really pay much attention to them. People, I love that background.
This is my house.
People people complain on listings, and that's what that's about. It's not necessarily a ding on you. It could be a ding on someone else. So unless it's getting a listing shut down, not a huge deal in my opinion. Number one tip for a newbie. So we talked about not over filtering. The other tip that I would give for a newbie is put in the work. This is not a get rich quick scheme, but despite the house that Nate may live in, but this is something that requires consistency, requires a little bit of grit, determination, and I mean, the three of us made it in this kind of business. Most anybody can do this as long as they put their nose to the grindstone.
None of us were straight A students, right?
No. How do you know the speed of selling each product? So the closer an item is to number one, it's going to sell faster. But you really cannot know with certainty how fast something is going to sell unless you are Amazon or unless you are selling it. Unfortunately, Amazon doesn't give us that data, and it's just the way it is. So we have to use the tools that are available to us. You can use sales estimators like the one that's built into Tactical Arbitrage, and then you're going to want to keep track of that history graph, of that Keepa graph, and just look for some velocity. Make sure that it's moving on a regular basis. Can you explain why going by Keepa's 30, 60, 90 drop average is not accurate on products? Yes, absolutely. A drop on Keepa does not equate to a sale. Anybody tells you different, they're wrong, and they don't know how to read a Keepa graph. A drop is not a sale. Here's the thing. The sales rank of products on Amazon are collected by Keepa usually about every hour if it's a fast-selling product. It might be a couple hours, might be a couple of days. Amazon updates the sales rank every 60 minutes in most categories. Now, here's the thing. The sales rank is this algorithm that is a lot more complex than we think. It is the sales rank in relation to all the products in the category around it, and it means that that product is selling faster than other products. However, something that's ranked number 500 may actually be selling a little bit slower than something that's ranked, say, 525. But the item that's ranked 500, it has been selling longer at a pretty fast clip than that item that's ranked 525. And the other thing is that as sales rank increases, that does not mean an immediate stop in sales. It might just mean a slowdown in the velocity of that product in comparison to other products. So there's a lot that goes into it, and we just can't figure out exactly how much something sells. So drops do not equal sales.
And I think that's why it's so important to realize that, like, using a rank chart can be problematic because you can't see that. You need to look at the Keepa chart, and what you're going to find is the more you look at Keepa charts, the more you sight view them. I can read a Keepa chart faster than people can look up a rank chart. I promise you.
It starts looking like the Matrix, when you're into it. So what's a bulk list? A bulk list is a category list from multiple sites or one single site, and you can have Tactical Arbitrage go through up to 500 of them back to back to back to back. So you can create a scan that lasts for 24 or 48 hours and just goes through tons of different categories rather than creating new scans for every single category. Let's see here. Asking for a friend. Does he need to take the OA challenge before joining OA VIP? Yes, we do have a hurdle to get into the VIP group, and that hurdle is taking the OA challenge. If you have a prep center, do you put in the price for prep? Yeah, absolutely. You want to figure that into your costs. That way you know that you're actually making money on the back end. If you buy something and it's profitable, but then you realize, oh, well, I've got $2 in prep costs, and now I'm actually going to lose 25 cents. Well, that's not something you want to buy. So you do want to consider that.
Or make up for it in volume.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That's another way to do it. Do you guys have
economics
a strategy?
Jokes?
Do you guys have a strategy for finding bundles sourced from different sites? I'd have to think on that a little bit, but it's not hard. A lot of them will come up in Tactical Arbitrage results, and you can just find bundles there. But I don't know what you mean sourced from different sites.
Barbara Drazga is the queen of the bundling, I'd say.
If you mean something like I wanna buy a Publix brand product and a Winn-Dixie brand product and bundle those, that can be a little bit more difficult. You'd have to go do some manual sourcing for that. Let's see here. What do you guys do with the certificate that Amazon's been asking for toys? You'd want to send that into Amazon, if you have access to it. Let's see here. Is a reverse search an initial step in product search like bulk? And can we demo a reverse search? I'll tell you what, I'll do a demo of a reverse search here in a moment. And then we'll call it a night here. Maybe do we have anything else we can give away?
Let me see. How about 2 more Tactical Academies?
Cool. Let's do it.
All right. This will be the last for the night. The winners. Andrew Miller. If this is the pitcher, Andrew Miller, I am so excited. I highly doubt that it is. But Andrew Miller, you are one of the winners of Tactical Academy. Email us. And the next winner is Amanda Williams. Amanda, Andrew, shoot us an email if you're watching this, and we will get you that access.
Mm-hmm. Josh, do any of you guys do RA anymore? Chris probably does more than I do. I try not to do RA. We had a shopper for a while. It just didn't work out. Yeah.
Here's my thing. Like, I do the Q4 group and stuff, and like most of my time is spent doing prep and consulting for other sellers. So I don't need to do it, but it's a lot of fun. Like, it's a lot of fun to jump in my car and run to an Ollie's and just ruin their day.
Right.
And, and I do it at least a couple times a month. I'll go out and just do a whole day of sourcing, and it's a lot of fun. I do it for sport.
Mm-hmm. Bailey, you've been using Tactical Arbitrage for 8 months. Is the OA challenge something you'd still benefit from? So I am going to go on a little bit of a sales pitch here for a moment. A lot of people confuse the OA challenge with just Tactical Arbitrage. Now, do I think that I can teach you more in 2 days about Tactical Arbitrage than you may have learned over the past 8 months? Yes. And I know that's a heady thing to say, but I do think I can teach you quite a bit in 2 days. However, we also go over a lot of other things like manual sourcing. I'll be honest, I think that the backbone of the OA challenge is the Keepa training. We spend 2 days on how to use Keepa and all the different things that you can do with it. And then how you can marry things like Keepa with Tactical Arbitrage to become a supervillain of OA, essentially. And so, yes, we've had people who are brand new come through and said it was incredible. We've had people come through who are already $1 million sellers and then go on to say, hey, because of something you said, I made another 20 grand this quarter. So I think there's a little bit of something for everybody in there.
Yeah.
I've done the OA challenge, and when Chris, so I use Keepa all the time, like constantly, and I've used it for years. and he showed stuff in Keepa that I was not aware you could do in Keepa. Like, seriously, and I'm not just saying that.
Well, thank you, man. I appreciate it.
No, definitely.
Derek at OA Hunt said he'll give another one away.
All right, Chris Green, if you're watching, let's get one more winner up there, please.
Okay. All right. Next thing I'm going to do really quick while Nate gives that away is we'll do a quick reverse search here and show you guys what reverse search is all about. This is going to be like a 5-minute reverse search. So it's going to be very high level, and then we're going to call it for the evening so everybody can get home and get to their families. So let me pull up my page here. Let me make this the right size. Okay, so a reverse search. What is a reverse search? A reverse search means starting with ASINs or starting with categories on Amazon, like the bestsellers, the movers and shakers, and allowing Tactical Arbitrage to go throw this wide net out to all of the sites that it supports, which is, 700 or so in the US, and then go find matches for you. So what we can do is we can import bulk product codes. This means downloading ASINs with something like Tactical Expander right from Amazon, uploading those ASINs, and then allowing Tactical Arbitrage to go find products for us. The other thing we can do, and you can see you can actually import those directly from Tactical Expander. You'll see that I'm a heavy user of this particular feature. We've actually got something that I like to call the shotgun method of reverse search sourcing, and that is something we specifically do with Tactical Expander. You can do a quick search of 1 or up to 100 ASINs at a time. This particular feature is nice if you want to do a quick reverse search. However, I think it is not utilizing Tactical Arbitrage to its full benefit. So I actually suggest to people not to use this feature at all. One of the other things you can do is you can do a keyword search in reverse. So for example, if we wanted to look for mashed potatoes on Amazon to find items to flip, we can type in the term mashed potatoes. Tactical Arbitrage will go out and pull all of the ASINs for us with that mashed potatoes keyword, pull them back in, and then reverse search all of those different sites for us. You can also reverse search a particular seller. So if you want to try to make pharma packs have a bad day, you can go reverse search pharma packs, grab all of their ASINs, and then allow Tactical Arbitrage to find those profitable ones for you. You can scan bestsellers, scan the most wished, and scan the movers and shakers, and you can find out which ones of those are profitable as well. And that's really what a reverse search does. It just starts in another direction and kind of does the heavy lifting for you. Again, and we don't have time to go through all the filters, but make sure you're filtering very loosely, and then you can filter on the view data page rather than over filtering here on the front end.
Chris, let me get the winner here of the last Tactical Academy. That is Edgar Leon. Edgar Leon. And that's it.
Perfect. Derek, thanks so much for doing that, man. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, appreciate that, Derek. We love
Yeah,
OA Hunt. Good group. Yep.
Yeah,
You go more in depth. Oh yeah, we're done answering questions, right? Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
We're gonna, if we keep answering, we'll be here. We'll keep you guys here for the entire night.
I'll tell you what we can do, guys.
Cocktail party on Sunday, though.
That's right. If you join the OA challenge, we're gonna have a cocktail party on Sunday night at 6 p.m. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Gonna be a round table with some really bright minds in the OA and arbitrage community. And the other thing that I'll say is, after the OA challenge is over, I will talk these guys into doing this again, and we'll actually do some live sourcing where we're the ones sourcing back here in the Tactical Arbitrage group, and show you under the hood what Tactical Arbitrage can do and how quickly it can pay for itself. You should be able to pay for it in a couple of hours of sourcing, even on your first day, if you do it right.
Mm-hmm. And if you feel like you missed out on the first sourcing event here, We're going to do it again, but it's going to be for OA Challenge graduates. So you can kind of compare how you felt today versus how you feel at the end of the challenge. And also, guys, this will be the last push for this on this. $50 to you if you don't love it for any reason. We're literally paying you $50 and your refund, obviously. 100%, no questions asked. Just tell us that you hated it, and we will send you your refund and an extra $50 for wasting your time. We're that confident in it. Yeah. There's nothing that gets my blood flowing like some good OATA searching. Hell yeah. Yes.
All right. That's it for us, guys. I appreciate you guys all spending some time with us. It's been a lot of fun. We don't have the current standings. We're going to get to those.
Yeah, we're not close there yet.
Yeah, we just got too many to go through. But all right, fellas. Thanks for spending Friday night with me. I appreciate you guys.
Hey, thanks for having me, guys.
Chris Anderson, thank you for coming on, bud.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. Hopefully see a lot of you on Sunday. Again, OA Challenge, Sunday night, closing. Sign up before 6 o'clock because that's when we go live.
That's right. Have a great weekend, everybody.
All right, see you guys.
Bye.
Peace.